a fellow officer that you've been verbally abusive in a public place, which would be a Section 4A public order.
I have it all recorded, officer.
That's fine. Please.
She's lied to you. Now you've threatened me with arrest, which has now made me have to give my details. So I will have to make a call to my solicitor.
This episode comes from News Now Yorkshire. In this video, News Now Yorkshire is flying a drone outside a police station when a sergeant decides to act with pride instead of following the law. She falsely claims he swore at her, a completely made-up accusation that the footage quickly disproves, and instead of dealing with him herself, she stands behind several officers to support her false story. In the end, this abuse of power fails badly, because the legal outcome shows that while a sergeant may invent claims on the street, she cannot create fake evidence.
Is it for any particular purpose? Is it a hobby? Is it a research project? Anything like that?
I don't know yet at the minute.
Okay.
Just sort of flying around, see what happens.
Right. I understand an officer's just tried to have a word with you on the way into the car park.
She sort of shouted at me in a plainclothes personal car, so I didn't have a clue who she was.
Apparently you've told her to pee off.
Did I?
That's what she said to us. If that's the case, that's not acceptable, is it?
Well, that's why we wear independent witnesses that never lie.
Right. What do you mean by that? Right, okay. Well, yeah, I've got mine on as well, so...
Well, thanks for letting me know.
Can I take your details, just so we know what you're doing, and you're recorded on our systems, and we've got the fact what you're doing, and to make sure you're not to no good?
No, I'd rather not, if that's okay.
Okay. Why is that?
Because I haven't done anything wrong.
Well, I just need to make sure that you're not, like, sort of in line with any terrorist groups or anything like that you could be using for hostile reconnaissance or anything of that nature.
Do you suspect I'm a terrorist officer?
Well, I don't know until I speak to you. Do I until I take your details and check you through.
Is that what you do with everybody?
If you're verbally abusive to people, then you have technically committed a public order offence for which I would require your details.
Okay.
They surround him with a prepared script, acting as if the sergeant's false claim about swearing is already proven so they can justify their aggressive behavior. News Now Yorkshire refuses to fall into their verbal trap and instead points directly to his camera, a move that instantly reveals the difference between an officer's spoken accusation and the clear reality shown on the footage. When the fake swearing claim fails to force compliance, they switch to a much more serious bluff, wrongly bringing up terrorism as an excuse for a compulsory ID check. This is not a real intelligence-based investigation. It is a desperate pressure tactic meant to scare a citizen who understands his rights.
That's why I'm asking you for them as well.
Right.
So could I have your name and date of birth and address, please?
What, you think I've committed a public order offence?
Yeah, because an officer's just told me that you've sworn at her in the street.
Well, I need to get her to make that statement then, because she's lying.
Well, she's just told me as she's driven in that you've sworn at her.
Did she?
Yeah.
Right, well, I'll be making a complaint about her then.
That's absolutely
And if you
fine.
take my details, I will have to sue West Yorkshire Police.
That's not a problem. You feel free to do so. The reason I've explained the reasons why I'm asking you for your details.
What happens if I don't give my details?
Then you're potentially committing an offence.
Well, I will.
It's a lot easier if you do, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't want to give my details.
Okay.
I will if you tell me that I'll be arrested if I don't.
Well, potentially you may be. Yeah, it may make your arrest necessary under Section 24 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act because your name and address can't be verified.
Right.
And I've got reasonable grounds to suspect that you've committed an offence.
What reasonable grounds is that?
But I've been told by a fellow officer that you've been verbally abusive in a public place, which would be a Section 4A public order.
I have it all recorded, officer.
That's fine.
Do you want me to show you the recording?
Not at the moment, but I want.
Because I could show you the recording.
I want you to.
And then you would know.
Details, and I've explained it to you. You've asked me to explain it to you. And I've laid it out plain and simple.
The logic here falls apart into circular reasoning, where a public order offense exists not because of evidence, but simply because the sergeant says it does. When News Now Yorkshire asks what happens if he refuses to comply, the response becomes a clear example of repeated threats. Refusing to give details for a made-up offense suddenly turns into a new excuse for arrest. By mentioning Section 24 of PACE without any real objective evidence, the officers show that their reason for arrest is based more on convenience and abuse of authority than actual law. Most damaging of all is their complete refusal to watch the auditor's footage, evidence that would immediately clear up the entire dispute.
I don't think I have to give my details, officer.
You do.
I do.
You've been verbally abusive towards somebody.
I haven't, though.
She's alleging that you have.
I haven't, though.
As I said before, I've got reasonable grounds to suspect that you've committed a public order offence.
But I haven't.
Okay, listen to me. Because of that nature, that's why I require your details. And
right.
as I've explained to you, if you don't give me your name and address, and can't verify who you are, it may make your arrest necessary in order to ascertain those details.
Will you arrest me if I don't?
I'm not saying I definitely will, but I'm saying it may make your arrest necessary.
Am I being detained right now?
At the moment, because I need your details.
Yeah, I'm being detained.
Potentially, if you don't give me your details, you may be arrested as well.
No, I just want to check if I'm being detained right now. I
don't understand why you can't just give me your details.
I'd rather not. That's the point.
But I'm asking you to.
If I have to by law, then I will.
You do have to by law, yeah.
Okay, and what section of law says I have to?
I'm telling you that because you've committed an offence.
I haven't, though.
I suspect that you have.
You suspect that I have?
I suspect that you have.
Okay.
I only need reasonable grounds to suspect. That's 2 to 3 out of 10 on the scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
I've got that reasonable suspicion.
Yeah. Can you let me know that lady's name or collar number?
So she's a sergeant who was off duty at the time, coming into work for whatever reason. I don't know why,
because
but she's a police officer.
lied to you. Now you threatened me with arrest, which has now made me have to give my details. So I will have to make a call to my solicitor.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, okay.
You go right ahead.
The officers backed him into a corner with a made-up sense of necessity. Give us your name or lose your freedom. This was not a lawful use of arrest powers. It was more like a pressure tactic. By claiming they needed to arrest News Now Yorkshire just to identify him, they turned Pace Code G from a legal protection into a tool for forcing personal details out of someone. An arrest should not be used to punish non-cooperation, especially when the original suspicion is based on a false claim. When he finally gave them his ID, it was not an admission of guilt or a sudden decision to cooperate. It was simply giving in to a situation that had been deliberately escalated.
I can't believe she lied to you, officer. I have got it all recorded though, just so you know.
If you want to make a complaint,
I will be making a complaint straight away. Yeah, definitely.
I haven't got
Is that what she actually said to you? I told her to pee off.
As I drove out of the gate, she was driving in and she said, "Will I have a word with you?"
Yeah.
Because she'd spoken to you and you told her to, I'm not going to say the full word, but pee off. You understand what I mean by that?
I understand what you're saying, but she's lying to you. You know that, don't you?
Well, if she's lying to me, she's lying to me. If it's on your camera, then you've got grounds for a complaint.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
I'm not lying to you. I can only go about.
You know, last time this happened, I got £1,000 for it. You know.
Right.
Yeah. That was at Humberside though.
What was that? What was that in relation to though?
Because someone said I was committing antisocial behaviour, so the officer unlawfully used Section 50 of the Police Reform Act to get my details, just like you've unlawfully used Section 5 to get my details. Okay. And then they offered me £1,000 for my trouble.
I haven't used Section 5.
Oh, did you use?
You've potentially committed an offence under Section 4A of the Public Order Act.
Oh, okay. Section 4A.
Yeah.
And that requires me to give my details.
It doesn't require you to give your details.
You just told me it did.
What I'm saying, no, you're twisting my word.
The word potentially is carrying the entire argument here because the officers have nothing solid to rely on. By hiding behind phrases like potentially an offense or potentially a Section 4A, they try to turn guesswork into a legal justification. But Section 4A is not based on possibilities. It requires clear intent and a real effect on someone. The constant switching between different police powers is not a sign of a focused investigation. It is the sound of officers scrambling to find something that fits. If a real crime had actually happened, their story would not keep changing. Before we continue, there's something I've been working on over the last few months with a small team. It's called Under What. Whether people like it or not, the legal system in this country is changing. Police powers are broad, enforcement is active, new laws appear quickly, and most people only realize what they don't know once they are already in a difficult situation. Under What was created to help people understand the legal system they live under at all times. Inside the platform are more than 100 fully interactive legal guides. Instead of just reading information, you make choices and see how those decisions affect your legal safety, the risk of escalation, and your evidence position. StopBot is also built into the platform, a policing-focused AI made specifically around UK law. It explains police powers and legal thresholds clearly, and in guide mode, it works like a teacher by expanding on the guides and helping you understand them better so you are not left doubting yourself. There is also a daily UK policing news feed focused on real incidents, operational changes, crime, and exclusive deep dive articles written by me covering police misconduct cases, new legislation, and what those changes actually mean. The platform also includes protection tools. There is a live drone safety map with NOTAM awareness, a civil claim checker to help assess possible liability, a police complaint generator, a SAR request builder, and more tools still being added. This platform is not built around outrage. It was created because trust in policing across the UK is at a very low point, and people need to stay informed, prepared, and protected. It launches soon at an affordable monthly price. If you want to check it out properly when it goes live, the Underwatch channel is linked below in the description.
Is because I've got reasonable grounds to suspect that you've committed an offence.
Yeah.
If you don't give me your details, it may make your arrest necessary under Section 24 of PACE.
Okay.
Because your name and address cannot be verified.
Right.
And I suspect that you've committed an offence.
Well, that's the full explanation. Thank you for that.
That's what I said to you the first time.
Well, I didn't get that explanation, so maybe you didn't explain it properly, and maybe I didn't understand.
Well, you understand it now, though.
I do, 100%. Yeah, yes. I can't believe she lied to you, and she's a sergeant. She's going around lying to you guys. Do you want me to show you the video?
No.
Is it because you know that she's lying?
I don't know that she's lying.
I think you know. Okay. I think you know. I think you do know.
We're literally just going off what we've been told.
Yeah, what you've been told is a lie, though, is what I'm saying. I could show you the video now and show you that she's lying. Do you guys reckon? Your personal opinion.
My personal opinion doesn't matter. I don't work. My personal opinion has to stay at home when I come to work.
Well, use your detective skills then. What do you think?
This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Speaking to you.
Well, yeah, I could have showed you the video.
Find out your version of events.
No, what you're doing is getting my details unlawfully.
Okay. I'm not. I've already explained to you the reason why.
I could have showed you the video, and then you would have no reason to get my details.
If you're happy to show me the video, I'm happy to watch it. It's not a problem.
Well, there's no point now because you've already given my details.
This is the moment when any appearance of fairness completely disappears. By repeatedly refusing to watch the footage, the only clear and objective record of the encounter, the officers chose blind loyalty to a colleague's claims instead of making a professional assessment. One officer even admits she is acting only on what she has been told, proving they were not interested in examining evidence. They were protecting a version of events they did not want questioned. They only decided the video was important after they had successfully pressured him into giving his personal details. That timing says everything that if their real goal had been finding the truth, they would have watched the footage from the beginning.
I'll speak to my solicitor now and get my £1,000.
You've offered to show me the video, then that's fine.
Yeah, then you see that your Sarge is a liar.
Well, show me it if you want to show me it. I'm not bothered.
Am I being detained?
No, you're free to go. Thank you for giving me your details. Just be careful where you're flying it.
No, I won't.
Obviously, bear in mind that side of the gate and the fence is private property.
Oh, no, I've already been over there.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go over again.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
But bear in mind that you may be spoken to again by an officer if it's deemed that your drone's interfering with any police activities or anything like that.
All right, well, I've got permission to be here. From the Civil Aviation Authority.
Okay, have you got that in writing? Have you got anything on you can show me to confirm that?
Do I need to?
Well, I'm not just going to believe you, am I?
Well, I'm not just going to believe you that your sergeant's a liar.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to get drawn into this back and forth with you.
You've already been drawn into it.
I've spoken to you. I've ascertained what you're doing. As long as you're not interfering
what happened to the Section 4A?
That's fine. I'm not going to take any further action against it.
No further action?
Yeah.
Why? Because you know that she's a liar?
I'm going to give you words of advice.
No, I don't want your words of advice.
Right, well, I'm going to offer
you can stick your words of advice.
Right, I'm going to offer you them anyway.
No, I don't want them.
The moment they get his details, the entire legal act falls apart, showing that the officers were never truly interested in the law. All the strong language about public order offenses, terrorism, and different legal sections suddenly disappears as soon as the paperwork is finished. This is not a coincidence. It is basically an admission. If those supposed offenses were really serious, they would not have been dropped the second he provided his name. You do not walk away from a genuine threat that quickly. Once the officers got what they wanted, they had no reason to continue, proving that everything said before then was a planned tactic to pressure him into giving something they had no proper right to demand.
Speak to people in future.
But I didn't speak to anybody in any... she's a liar. I never told her to pee off. She's an absolute liar. I will be making a complaint. Okay. I will be suing. Thank you very much. What's your details?
6468.
From the station?
Yep.
Your details?
290.
From the station?
Yep.
And her details?
She'll find those out for you. I believe her name's Sergeant Wiltshire, or Wiltshire, my apologies.
Sergeant Wiltshire?
Yep.
And her numbers?
I don't know them.
Well, I need her numbers.
I don't know them.
We'll have to radio through then.
I don't know them.
She's the one that made the complaint. I need to make a complaint about the lying sergeant.
Just ask to speak to Sergeant Wiltshire. She works on Team 4 Patrol South at Ellen Road. That's all you'll need.
Well, can't you just radio through and ask for her details?
No, because she's not actually on duty at the moment because she was in, as you said, she was in a civilian car in a civilian clothing, so she's...
You could ring the control room and ask what her call number is.
I can't do that at the moment because I'm too busy, but you've got all the details.
But you weren't too busy to come and talk to me?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, see you later, sausages.
Prefer bacon.
The legal consequences from this encounter seem unavoidable because the entire situation was built on a false story that fell apart as soon as it was questioned. When a sergeant's false accusation of swearing is accepted as truth by officers who refuse to even look at footage that could clear the situation up, policing stops being about evidence and turns into a tactic of intimidation. The officers were willing to stay and pressure him with threats of arrest and even claims linked to terrorism just to get his identity. Yet the moment News Now Yorkshire asked for the caller numbers needed for accountability, they suddenly acted too busy to continue. This obvious double standard, being forceful when demanding compliance but dismissive when facing scrutiny, reveals the real nature of the stop. It was never truly about public order or national security. The fact that every serious allegation disappeared the moment they got what they wanted shows there was never a real crime in the first place, only a misuse of power that may now have to be explained before a judge.